Before we get in the video, please like, make sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, go ahead and leave a comment below, and click on the how you can help, which brings up the Family Friendly Game website and gives you lots of ideas how you can help us. Thank you.
Hello everyone, this is Crafty Mama, and this week we are going to do a heart wreath for Valentine's. I did this one a little different. We will show you how to do all this. Set this one aside, out of my way, and of course we're using a wire heart form. And on this, where that one has pink, this is going to be red. This ribbon is red and white, and I think it may be wider than that too. So, but when I was making my example, I burned my fingers. So, to protect my fingers, I now have. You okay there, dear? I now have silicone fingers. Because, you know, you can buy stuff, but if you don't use it, it doesn't really help you. So, first thing we're going to do is work on getting our ribbon wrapped around our form. My glue gun over here. Stuff's not won't sit up right. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to start with getting this middle piece on here first. I'm trying to, and since I have rubber fingertips on, I can, you know, push a little bit. I can push on top of it and it's not gonna burn me, so that's kind of important.
It burns!
It does burn when you get your fingers in it. There's no way. Okay. And still, undoubtedly, you can get it on your fingers, because I got it on a finger. They didn't have a cover on it. I am so wonderfully talented. Okay. Let's try this again here. I guess maybe I should have it on my thumb too.
You got one for the thumb?
No, they come in packages of 3. But I was trying to get this to be lap that piece on the bottom so we could work on getting it stabilized. So, here we go.
When you left out, they go out of frame.
Oh, sorry. I was trying to get it to wrap around here. Sorry. I have my ribbon getting all twisted and tangled, and I don't want that to be the case. So, and of course, when you're starting to start trying to get your ribbon to go tight, you've got to keep working on it and pulling it tight so you can actually get it to stay in place like you need it to. And of course, you have to keep taking it over and under and over and under the form to get it wrapped around, and you can get everything twisted and tangled, and makes things so much more fun. Let's see, let's turn it over here so we can actually see what we're doing on the front side real quick, since it's not wanting to. Let's see, I may have to tuck that. Okay. This one is not wanting to behave too well over here, so put some glue on there. this will get it to where it wants to start sticking. You have all these bends in this form. I know I keep picking it up. I'm trying to get it started where I can get this ribbon to stay still and stop showing off the wire rim. I think we may have it going better now. Let's see here. When in doubt, just add more glue. That through there again. Pulling this through here. And you know, this is this ribbon came from Hobby Lobby, so of course I wanted it to, you know, be somewhat Valentine themed since this is February. Of course, it's Valentine's month, so this way when I take off I'll have to take my winter wreath off and put my Valentine one up soon. And then, I don't know what I'll do for spring, but of course, who knows when spring will arrive here. It's decided to go from being in the 60s one day to the 20s the next. Our poor weather is crazy around here. We have grass growing, or weeds growing, and it's January. I do not want to have to be cutting grass right now. And I can't spray Roundup because it's not warm enough for Roundup to really work well. So, but since we've had such crazy weather, it's doing crazy things. And of course, you need to make sure that when you are putting your ribbon and all through your holes back and forth, to make sure that you're working on trying not to let it get all twisted. You don't want to put it on your form all twisted up and wrinkled. You want it all going the right direction. I think we're going to need to straighten this out again. Let's see here. Because as you can tell, it gets all twisted and turned and raveled. So now that we've got that untangled there, and of course, remember, if you're using ribbon that has glitter on it, that you're going to have glitter come off and make a mess. But that's just part of using, you know, ribbon that has glitter on it. Out again. Let's get this all untwirled again. get that to, as we're coming around this point, you're gonna have it, it's gonna be a little bit more of a challenge. It's gonna be, you know, like the bottom, you gotta work on getting it all where it'll cover the metal part. And so, of course, if you're using a glue gun, this wouldn't be the ideal thing for, you know, kiddos to be doing, because you can get your fingers burnt very easily using hot glue. If you do get your fingers burned badly, soaking your fingers in vinegar helps pull out the sting and makes it does not make it blister as bad or something. But like I said, you just need to, playing with hot glue is not something for little kiddos anyway, so. And you might be able to do it with the low temp part of the glue gun, but I don't know how well it would adhere. So there it is. And so I just thought we were running out of glue real quick, but I have another stick, and I have plenty more. That's what I had over here with me. So. Okay. And you could, you know, always do, you know, more than, you could go over, you could glue every other turn. I'm just happening to do it every turn, just because that way your ribbon doesn't wiggle about as bad. It stays where you want it to stay. And of course, the heart wreath form is another Dollar Tree wreath form by, I have a bag that I have stored in our attic that has a bunch of wire forms that come from their different times of the year. Of course, I think, you know, I have many size circle ones. It's all just kind of depends on what you're doing, but since I kind of like doing the hearts at Valentine's, it makes it more festive. So, okay, we're almost down here back to where we started. I'm going to trim this off here. Get it untangled again so we can get this. Set that off to the side. Okay, so we'll get the rest of this ribbon glued down. And you're going to have to watch this bottom piece where it's wanting to mess up right here. We don't want that. It's pulling it. We don't want it to pull and have a blank spot on our metal form. So trying to get that back down over here. So that way it will stay in place and stop wiggling. Hopefully it's going to behave now. We shall see. Okay, here. Now, we've got our last glue, this piece here. We're going to just glue it down to the back. This is, of course, a good reason to have the silicone fingers covers on. I'm not sure where I got this particular pair. They have them at Walmart, I know, because they also say you can use them when you're sewing, hand sewing, to protect your fingers from, and have more force, kind of use them like a thimble, kind of thing. Okay, so we have our ribbon on here. Okay, please offer, or at least one of them off. Okay, so then this is actually a heart. I think it's supposed to be an ornament. I think is what it's called. I'm not really sure why they call it an ornament. Yeah, it's a Valentine's ornament. This has a string on it, and I want it to hang down from the middle of my heart. So I'm just going to use this string, the ribbon that it's on, and I'm going to glue it down. That way we can get it to hang down in the middle of the heart like so, as it spins around there. That's okay. Okay. There. Might need to put a little more glue on there. Let's see here. Okay. Now, because that ribbon was already on there when I did it. Okay, so to do my bow, this is tulle that I have braided. I used 2 inches, not 2 inches, 2 yards, no. I bought 2 yards, but I used a yard for each bow. That way, your bows can be as big as you want, small as you want. Thing with your bows is you gotta, I put my knots in mine, and then so I could braid it, I taped it down to my counter because it made it much easier. Now, of course, I don't want these big fluffy ends on here, so we're going to cut part of these floofy ends off because this is just too much tulle on the end. But you kind of need to have that when you're taping it down to work on your bow, because then otherwise you won't have enough to do so. And so here we have our bow. I think that's probably one size longer than the other one, but by a whole lot. Let's see. This is the reason I like making I do a lot of wire bows, because then I can, you know for sure it's going to come out even, because you're only putting so much per bow side. So trying to make sure these don't get too crazy. Okay, so then for this one, you're going to put the big block, get your hot glue on here. We're going to press it down, the knot part down, so we can work on a hearing. And then I just put a little bit under each side of your bow. Just make sure you're watching where you're putting your fingers, so you have the ones that are covered, the ones by the hot glue. Okay. And then you can glue down your knots just to kind of keep them in place. And if you think your ends for your just pulled that one up. It's almost like you need to set something on here to hold everything in place. Why it's the glue's first setting up here. I'm trying to push that down some. Okay, so when you all said and done, here is your Valentine's wreath. Okay, I'm going to set this back down since I don't want that to fall off. And we are going to say goodbye for tonight, and we'll see you later.